I've also been trying to get to grips with my reasons for going to Africa. I'll be writing some of these down as they sort of require a little bit more elaboration than I can maybe get to in a short video blog. I'm not actually that interested in seeing new landscapes and new, different monuments and those sorts of things. I know I got really bored looking at Buddha after Buddha in Thailand a couple of years ago when we went there, and the more interesting part of it for me was the markets, the people, but even so I sort of didn't feel like I was with the people when I was in Thailand. I felt like I was there as an object to them. I didn't feel like I was really getting in depth. We were staying in a hotel, we ate all hotel food, then we went through the markets, occasionally we bought stuff. What I'd like to get from volunteering is the fact that I can have a real relationship with these people because I'm down on the ground with them and I'm working with them rather than buying something from them. And also I think doing the documentary will allow me to just investigate that further. I think taking this all in personally, but also taking it in through the lens as well, and trying to get that immediacy through in the final product when I finally make the documentary. So how do I expect to make a difference? Well, I'm not under any illusions that in 3 months one person is going to make all that difference, all that much difference to the continent of Africa. But what I'm interested in doing is creating a working system where hopefully my influence and my assistance will extend beyond the 3 months. I want to do this by creating connections. I mean, I'm already connecting by working through a volunteer network who are already doing good work. I'm connecting with the Learning Connection, and they've come on board and offered all their support, and I'm really thankful for that. It's wonderful, and that's giving me sort of a focus for the documentary. It's giving me something to make the documentary for. I'm not just making it for myself, it's not just a home video, it's actually aimed at something and will be used. I'm also trying to get in contact with New Zealand artists so they can contribute books. I'm also making connections by putting these blogs out there. That's the idea of it, is to get more people involved, to get people's input. And also the footage is such a nature that it can be aimed at a purpose, but then we'll have extra footage. I'm planning to come back with about 50 hours of tape, so I'm going to be able to make more than a 1-hour documentary potentially, and that might be able to be used for promotion for the Learning Connection, for the Global Volunteer Network or the Zukri Foundation. And basically it allows me to make more of a difference than I could by myself. Also, if anybody else has any ideas for how they might be able to offer support and how they might be able to benefit from the whole project or get involved, I'd love to hear your thoughts or your suggestions. So what do I hope to gain from this experience? Well, first of all, I mean, obviously I want to come away with the documentary, and perhaps that can lead to other things. I mean, that's going to be a big step perhaps in my career, and but also I want to sort of use it as a way of getting perspective. See, I've been quite interested in philosophy for the last few years now, and philosophy is basically about seeing things from different perspectives and bringing those perspectives together to create what's been called a fusion of horizons, where you take a whole lot of different viewpoints and you create a viewpoint that sort of encompasses all those things and makes you more objective. And so that's sort of that's sort of been my project for the last few years, and I've got to the point where the media through which you shape those ideas, through which you shape that perspective, becomes a lens in itself. and the only way to break out of that lens is through first-hand experience.